2, 1.
All right, friends, for this video, you're going to need your math notebook, your pencil, and then the workbook page that you tore out and put in your red folder today, which was 875, 876. So go ahead and get that now. Should be in your red folder. This is going to be the same thing as last night. We're going to be reviewing for our test. So we're going to be using the same thing, pages 156 and 157 with frequency tables, 158, 159 with dot plots and our sheets that are there, and then 160, 161 for stem and leaf with our sheets that are there. So I'm just going to keep mine over here. Remember, you can pause and open yours up to get a real quick reference whenever you need to. So go ahead and get your workbook page. So looking at the front, we have 1 through 6. On number 1, and we're going to go through and just look at the questions first. It wants to know which is the most common height of the student in Miss Garcia's class. So here's the height of them in feet. It wants to know most common. So the one that you see the most, which one occurs the most. Now remember to check them off, do something so that you know that you've already counted that one because you don't want to miscount. Number 2, what number of siblings is most common in this class? So again, we're looking for most common, which one you see the most. Number 3, if a dot plot were used to represent this data, how many dots would be placed above 1 3/4? So looking here, if I made a dot plot down here, how many would be above 1 3/4? Now you don't have to make a dot plot. It's just asking if you had a dot plot, how many would you have for 1 3/4? For number 4, if a frequency table were used to represent the data, how many tally marks would be for football? So how many tallies would there be for football using this data here? Number 5, which is the most common length of the nail that Ed has in his toolbox? So which is the most common? We're looking at his inches of the nails. So which one is most common? Which one occurs most frequently? Then how many hours did the greatest number of people sleep in one night? So we're looking for the greatest number of hours that people slept in one night. So answer 1 through 6, and then we're going to check them. So go ahead and pause real quick. Okay, so for number 1, here's what I did. I looked at my answers, and my A was 3 3/4 feet. So I just went through and I went 1, 2, 3. There's 3 of those. 4 feet, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. 4 1/4, there's 1, 2, 3, 3 of those. And then 4 1/2, there's 1, 2, 3 of those. So which one was most common? B, 5 feet. So for number 2, what number of siblings is most common in this class? Well, the one that has the most is 2. So 2 siblings because it had the most dots. Number 3, how many dots would be above 1 3/4? So there's 1, 2, 2. Oh, no, 3. Oh, Miss Altman. So 1, 2, 3. Just double check. It is A, 3 dots. See why you have to be so careful? Oh, my goodness. All right, how many tallies for football? 1, 2, 3, 4 footballs. So that'd be 4 tally marks. Number 5, which is the most common? Well, 2, 3, 3, 6, 2, 3, 2. Wow, that'd be 1 1/2 inches. Oh my goodness. My answer is not here. Okay, then number 6. How many hours did the greatest number of people sleep in one night? So let's go through. 6 hours had 1, 2, 2. 7.5 had 1, 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 6.5 had 1, 2. 8 had 1, 2. So 7.5. So for 1, you should have B. For 2, you should have 2 siblings. 3, you should have A. 4 is C. 5 is D. And 6 is B. So now I want you to flip it over. And now you're going to do 7 through 12, and then we're going to check it. So pause, and then we'll check it. Do it first. Don't just wait for me to check it. This is your practice for your test. So looking at number 7, I'm using my stem and leaf plot to see how many members are in the soccer club. So this is the ages of them. So to see how many members there are, I can just count up my leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 members. Because one member is 25, one member is 27, one member is 32, one member is 33. So I can just count up my leaves. Number 8, the ages of the houses on Clark Street. Whoa, sorry, you just fell. I am so sorry. All right, the ages of the houses on Clark Street are shown. Which age is most common? So same as I did on the front, I'm just going to count them up. So 55, I have 1. 45, I have 1, 2, 3. 32, I have 1. 3, I have 1. So which one is most common? 45. Use the data from problem 8. What age is an outlier? So remember, outlier means it would be lying out by itself. So which one is so different than all of these other numbers? Well, that would be age 3. Because look, we're in the 50s, the 30s, the 40s. All of these are 30s, 40s, and 50s, and then we have a 3. So if I put that on a dot plot, it would be lying out there by itself. And because 3 is in my ones place, it goes right before my decimal. All right, number 10. What is the difference between the highest and lowest temperature? Difference means I'm going to subtract. My highest would be 77. My lowest would be 35. So 7 minus 5 is 2. 7 minus 3 is 4. So 42 degrees, because it's talking about temperature. All right, if this data set were placed in a stem and leaf plot, which stem would not appear? So we need to look at the tens place, because the stem is my 10. It kind of rhymes, stem 10. So would I have a stem of 2? Well, yes, because here's a 2 in the tens place. There's a 2, there's a 2. So it couldn't be that one. Do I have a 3? Well, here's a 3 in my tens. There's a 3. So it would be used. And remember, I'm looking for which one is not. 4. There's 1. 5. No 5. So it's D. Last one. If I'm using problem 11, how many leaves would the 3 have? So 9 would be a leaf. 8 would be a leaf. 0 would be a leaf. 4, 2, and 7. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 leaves. All right, there's your review for tonight.